So let's talk about the study that was published to test this diversity um, stability hypothesis. Okay, so this is Dave Tilman. He was one of the researchers that headed up this project to test this and develop this hypothesis. And you can see here in this field that they have all these different plots, 168 plots, where they were experimentally planted with either one species, two species, four species, 8 species, or 16 species. What are the results? Let me move my face so that you guys can see the results. Okay, so here, let's look at these graphs for a second. So what we're looking at on the x-axis for both plots are the number of species that were experimentally planted in each of these plots. So 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. On this top in this plot number B here, what we're seeing is the total biomass of all the plants that are growing in each of those plots. And we can see that as we increase the number of species, the total biomass of each plot is also increasing. So that suggests that these plots are going to have higher stability because there's just more biomass there. If we look at this bottom graph, letter C here, we're seeing again on the x-axis, we're seeing the experimental treatments, 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16 species per plot. And on the y-axis, we're actually looking at a measure of the biomass of invasive species. So these are species that were not planted, but have grown in these plots over the course of, I think it was 5 years of this that the study went on. And you can see that in these low diversity plots, there was actually a higher amount of invasive species biodiversity or biomass than in the more diverse. Okay, so this suggests that those native plants that were planted are outcompeting the invaders. Okay, so what does this mean for agriculture? Well, oftentimes in agriculture, what we'll do is we'll grow the same species, the same cultivar, even like the same breed of plants in these huge agriculture fields because it makes it easy for everything to be harvested mechanically and using these big machines. But that has a very low amount of diversity. And so that might suggest that these agro ecosystems are going to be very unstable. So if we instead use this system where we have a mixed crop, that's going to increase our diversity and increase then our ecosystem stability. So then our crops are not as susceptible to disturbances that might occur.